Brandon Herrera. I could be the next ATF director. There we go.
Gun Meme Review. Before we get started in this episode of Gun Meme Review, I just really wanted to check in and ask you guys, after the results of last week's election, how are you doing? Because I'm doing fucking great, baby. Ice cream man is out, McDonald's man is in. We're in for a fun 4 years. That, and I'm finally glad I can stop getting so many fucking political text messages. Finally being free of election ads, texts, and calls.
You wouldn't believe the amount of stuff I've gotten, and I have gotten I have gotten texts about the support, almost exclusively support Kamala Harris stuff. 3 of the numbers that texted me about the support Kamala Harris stuff also sent me texts about deportation after the election. Threatening me with deportation and scaremongering. Yeah. And again, those were the ones sending messages about supporting Kamala Harris. I'm not going to get into too much, just that I've definitely received that kind of stuff from one side way more than the other.
Mariah Carey.
Oh yeah.
Side note, is it just me, or...
She has videos of her being thawed out. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Like when we were kids, didn't they wait until after Thanksgiving to start putting up Christmas shit? Like, don't get me wrong, I love Christmas, but not in fucking October. That's okay though, I'm all around in a good mood. You could say that I've been unburdened by what has been.
My girl just lost a day ago. Like, damn.
I did want to take a moment to thank you all for your service in the great meme war of 2024. It's going to be hard to top the meme energy of 2016, but this election did come close. Also, people did point out that DiCaprio kind of looks like me in this picture.
Oh,
at least
no.
back when I was rocking that style of facial hair. So thank you all for your meme service. But your job isn't done yet, which brings me to the subject of this video. So as the incoming president of the United States, Trump is currently busy picking his cabinet. With the help of the Avengers of politics, Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., essentially just trying to make sure that this incoming government will be full of as many based people as possible. And a few interesting names have been thrown out there. So RFK Jr. has a website where he's actually crowdsourcing nominations for potential roles in the incoming government, which I actually think is a pretty rad idea. I mean, God forbid you give the people more choice. Sounds like a real threat
yes,
to
but
democracy
no.
to me. Anyhow, I was informed that my name was brought up. It turns out I was nominated for the head of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives.
Oh my God.
AKA the ATF. Now, the ATF is the regulatory agency behind the firearms industry. Also technically alcohol, tobacco, and explosives, but, well...
Let me guess, this isn't about the alcohol or the tobacco.
It's mostly just a gun regulatory agency. They're the ones responsible for things like approving tax stamps if you're buying an SBR, suppressor, anything like that. Also for regulating FFLs and SOTs, like federal firearms license holders. They're also responsible for a lot of dumb fucking rulings as of late. But yes, on that website where people are being nominated...
I gotta look this up. I gotta go back because I missed a lot. Where is it? Where is it? I gotta see this. I won't take the video's word for it. I need to see this. RFK Jr.'s website is crowdsourcing Trump appointee suggestions. Nominees for the people. Now, discourse.nomineesforthepeople.com. Search. ATF director. By votes. No. That is the... There we go. Oh my gosh.
That they're the ones.
How many were in this video?
Bureau of Alcohol to.
The video shows he has 3,428 votes. The page currently shows 28,313 votes. The next closest person is 1,651 votes. I think Brandon might get this. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is something I've actually talked about wanting, is like more public suggestions. You know, like instead of just I'm going to appoint these people who no one's ever heard of to do the job, more public being able to vote and participate is better than less. But holy crap. The remaining 8 minutes of this video are going to be wild. Oh my gosh. And this person that first made a suggestion put a whole thing, bio, resume, publications, which links to where he ran for Congress, website, video, social. Well, the videos also go to Congress, buddy. He has a YouTube video channel. Make him head of the ATF. Has expertise in the second. Oh yeah, he has expertise in the Second Amendment. I'd say probably one of the few people in the United States who has more expertise in the Second Amendment than him is Ian McCollum. But I don't think Ian wants to go anywhere near politics. Is competent, honest, respectful, has integrity, has courage, and has a proven record. Yes. I can't believe this is real. 28,000 votes. That's wild. All right, we're going to get to the video. I just needed to see if it was real and where it is. This came out 2 days ago, though. I mean, holy crap. All right, I'm hitting play again. We need to move.
Tobacco, firearms, and explosives, aka the ATF. Now, the ATF is the regulatory agency behind the firearms industry. Also technically alcohol, tobacco, and explosives, but well,
Let me guess. This isn't about the alcohol or the tobacco.
it's mostly just a gun regulatory agency. They're the ones responsible for things like approving tax stamps if you're buying an SBR, suppressor, anything like that. Also for regulating FFLs and SOTs. Like,
Yeah, it's interesting how a $200 tax stamp makes so much of this stuff safer.
federal firearms license holders. They're also responsible for a lot of dumb fucking rulings as of late. But yes, on that website where people are being nominated for these positions, my name, despite me never telling anybody to go vote for it, is now at the very top of the list, which is not something
It's now at the very top of the list, and the gap has opened so wide, it's terrifying.
I had in my 2024 bingo card, but has been a very fun development. And of course, you guys have been doing your job and memeing the hell out of it. If the Trump administration decided to ask me to become director of the ATF, I would gladly accept and help make America great again. Please God, let this happen because it would be so fucking funny. DC elites celebrating Brandon's election loss. Brandon getting nominated for ATF director.
Watch out, watch out!
Most of that agency will probably quit if he gets the position.
Watch out, watch out!
Brandon Herrera's first day at the ATF as director.
Yeah, that's why.
I don't want there to be any hard feelings between us.
Relax, guys. There really is no bad blood. But, just in case, you should probably have your resume handy. Choose your own adventure. Journey to the job fair. I mean, hell, Vivek proposed firing 75% of government employees. I know an agency he can start with. Look, I don't know what the actual likelihood of something like this happening is, but my God, this would be one of the most legendary appointments Donald Trump could ever make. And one of the funniest. Because there's
He ran for Congress. He got super close in spite his opponent, who was also a Republican, being backed by Democrats and outspending him something like 100-1. He's now a known political figure, and everyone knows as a known political figure that a certain group doesn't like him. He has a legitimate chance.
There's nothing I would rather see more than the headquarters of the ATF turned into a fucking spirit Halloween. The same thing, in fact, that just happened to the
I shouldn't have been
Kamala's
drinking.
Winds turned
I
into
should
a-
not have been drinking. I was drinking when the Spirit Halloween thing popped up. I'm good. I'm good.
Because there's nothing I would rather see more than the headquarters of the ATF turned into a fucking spirit Halloween.
Oh my
The same thing, in fact, that just happened to the Kamala's Wins Twitter page. Weird. AK Guy's ATF director. U.S. citizens.
How does Spirit Halloween just appear everywhere? I mean, think about it. I mean, there's places where I don't even think there were buildings before, and Spirit Halloween just shows up. How do they have the money to buy all this space for a month and just be like, all right, get your Halloween stuff? How?
Weird. AK Guy's ATF director. U.S. citizens. Machine guns. Now, of course, there's limitations on what you can do as the ATF director. So I couldn't, for example, repeal the NFA and repeal the Hughes Amendment and everything like that. If it was
He could really affect how they interpret it, though, because they have gone nuts.
a bill that was passed by Congress and written into law, then you need Congress to undo that law. It's just how the Constitution works. However, you can have a lot of fun with interpretations and definitions.
Yes!
Like, for example, the Hughes Amendment that doesn't allow you to register machine guns after 1986 also says that the ATF can open 90-day amnesty periods, where you could then, in that 90-day period, add as many machine guns as you would like to that registry, like California Freedom Week, except for the entire country, and with machine guns. That sounds like something an ATF director could legally do.
Uh-oh.
And let's say, just hypothetically, if one did do that, and then all of a sudden there were a lot more machine guns added to the registry, so many so that one could potentially argue that machine guns are now in common use. As the Supreme Court has deemed anything in common use is protected by the Second Amendment, and therefore not bannable. I'm just saying we can have a lot of fucking fun with this. I know we're getting a little wish.
I probably shouldn't say this, but the number to beat is $200,000. Not dollars. 200,000 units. Because that was, I believe, the actual number used in the ruling was 200,000. That there were more than 200,000 of whatever it was at the time in use, and so that was common use. Just saying. Just saying.
Wishful thinking on this one, but my God, there's a real potential that in 100 days, we could undo 100 years of unconstitutional regulation. And I hope it happens. Just as another example, the National Firearms Act defines a suppressor as any device that silences, muffles, or reduces the report of a portable firearm. It does not, however, say by how much.
You can hide things in vocabulary.
I've also committed, because I frankly find it hilarious, that if I were to be picked by the Trump administration to be the director of the ATF, I would be donating my entire salary to no-kill dog shelters. Also, I would make the ATF stop using these targets for training. Paraphrasing.
And I know that off the top of my head. You don't understand the number of times I've had to argue with people about the law, about the actual law. And yes, I know. And the reason I know is because you know how Peanut and Fred getting killed set off a firestorm? Guess what? Guess which agency has the highest kill rate of pets? The FBI can figure out how to get a dog into a cage. Local police can figure out how to get a dog into a cage or a closet or something. On search warrants, not arrest warrants, the ATF has the highest pet kill rate and, I believe, the highest person kill rate. I'm sure this will end well for me. If I ever disappear, you know what happened.
My buddy King Trout, they shot the gorilla and it fucked the timeline all up. And while it sucked that they had to kill the squirrel, that righted the timeline again. We're moving on to levels of winning you wouldn't think possible. Mati, what do you foresee for us? Director, Brandon Herrera. Brandon R. Herrera, by the way, my middle name is Joseph, I don't know where R was coming from, was appointed by President Trump and sworn in as director of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives on July 4th, 2025. Mr. Herrera is responsible for trashing unconstitutional overreach and draining the bureaucracy out of an agency that was supposed to protect the public, but ended up just giving machine guns to Mexican cartels instead.
That is true. And in fact, the first person that Biden tried to nominate as director of the ATF, David Chipman, personally arranged for Mexican drug cartels to receive 16,000 machine guns. 16,000. The intent was to use them as bait and then arrest whoever showed up to pick them up. However, they did not arrest whoever showed up to pick them up. They just sort of disappeared from where they were being used as bait and watched by government agents. And now their serial numbers routinely show up in various not good things.
I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it's very funny. Mr. Herrera received his degree in gunsmithing from Sonoran Desert Institute.
Oh
which
my
you can do
God.
online by going to sdi.edu.
Seriously?
I did not, by the way, have a degree from SDI. Just throwing that out there. I get enough fucking forced stolen valor in my life.
This is from a veteran who
I
said,
just
have to
watched
give
this.
to you. It is your Purple Heart.
I
But seriously,
just
meme
watched.
warfare on Twitter on this.
I just watched that earlier today. Are you kidding me? For those of you who don't know what's going on there, a veteran sent that to the bald guy, which is the veteran's Purple Heart, with a letter insisting that the Purple Heart be given to Brandon and that Brandon's not allowed to say no.
Purple.
In my life.
This is from a veteran who said, I have to give this to you. It is your Purple Heart.
But seriously, the meme warfare on Twitter on this thing is making it actually blow up to the point where I've had a lot of people ask me if this is actually a real thing. Father, utilize the AK guy. I heard a lot of rumors that Barron was actually running a lot of the digital footprint of the Trump campaign toward the end. Like getting him on with Andrew Schultz, Theo Vaughn, Joe Rogan. I really hope it's true because all of the memes of Barron being the mastermind behind this have been very funny. Real talk though, could you imagine how fucking wild those Senate confirmation hearings are gonna be? I can only imagine what lifelong bureaucrats like that would think about an actual outsider like me. But I have some guesses.
Great. An alcoholic arms dealer. What could be better?
But real talk though, I don't know if the ATF has ever had a director that actually understood the firearms industry, the gun community, and I mean firearms in general for that matter. Most of them can't even disassemble a Glock, much less tell you the intricacies of actual firearm law. Meanwhile, I've had a
Glocks. I watched this. It is depressing. Glocks are one of, if not the simplest thing to disappear. Not disappear. To disassemble. You pull it back. You pull down the tab on the front. You let it go. You pull the trigger. It is now disassembled. Ta-da!
federal firearms license with an SOT for over a decade now. And realistically, one of the biggest reasons I even got into politics was my passion for changing firearm law. That, and I've got an entire cell phone full of firearm lawyers on speed dial for... I was going to say things like this, but let's be honest, none of us had this on the table. All in all, do I think this is actually going to be a thing that happens? No. But then again, if you ask me the same thing about running for Congress 2 years ago,
25,000 votes and counting.
At the end of the day, it's up to the administration, but oh my God, can you imagine a world with me at the helm of the ATF? That agency would never walk right again.
Oh no.
I love it. And hey, Trump said he's down to abolish the Department of Education, so hopefully we could put in a good word. Anyhow, guys, I thought this was too funny of a development to have actually been picking up traction to not talk to you guys about. And fuck it, you guys saw what happened last time you actually got out to vote. Worst case scenario, we get more of the same. Best case
25,000
scenario.
and counting.
Anyhow, I appreciate you guys staying all the way to the end of the video. More range videos coming up. I've got the unsub live shows soon. I'm excited to see so many of you there. Anyhow, one way or the other, keep the memes coming. I appreciate you guys staying all the way to the end, and I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks.
Oh. Fun fact, this guy, the guy who shot a reporter, he did not win his election. He did not win his election.
They're the ones who are responsible for approving tax stamps, regulating FFLs, SOTs, you know, federal firearms license. Fuck me.
Hi. Well, that wasn't on my bingo card either. No. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say to that. Holy crap. I mean, best of luck to him. Not that he has to worry too much, apparently. I gotta refresh this. Sorry, not 25. 28,000. And it got more votes. 28,331 now. Instead of 313 or whatever it was. This... 28,000. Damn, he detonated. So, oh no. Oh no. Can you imagine him making videos from the office of the director of the ATF? Him doing his regular stuff as director of... Oh my gosh.